Hi, my name is Kelly Shea, and I'm the director for the Burncoat Dance Department. And it's happy to have you here tonight in our virtual Know Your School night. Unlike anything we've ever done before, but so isn't the start of this school year. So I'm going to go through some of the things that we do at Burncoat and in dance in the daily day of our remote world, because it's a little different, and we had to scale down the space setting, I would say, that we had to do for dance. A little bit about us. There's 4 teachers. There's myself, Mrs. H, Mrs. Keene, and Miss Panucci. I teach dance 1 and 2. That's grades 9 and 10. I also teach the 8th grade, and I have dance 3 and 4, which is the upperclassmen, juniors and seniors. Mrs. Keene assists me. She does the juniors and seniors as well. We do it together. We split the classes. And Mrs. H and Miss Panucci, because we have a pretty large dance 1 and 2 class, we split that into 3 classes, and we have those classes together throughout the week. A little bit about us and the classes that we offer. We have integrated dance, which is our period 5, which has our lead program students in it, and they love our dance class with the movements and with Miss Panucci. We have musical theater for the performance major. That's a class that's geared as an independent study where the students will study musical theater shows and musicals and do projects and learn about the history of musical theater. And then the dance class element is they take a class with another magnet class, or if it fits into their schedule, it's period 2. But if we do it as an independent study this year, so the student takes it period 4 during where I have the dance magnet 8th grade, and they take that technique class with them. We have our dance ensemble. For any of you who are in middle school, our dance ensemble is after school in the high school, and that meets 1 period a week, once a week after school. Currently, we're not running that in a asynchronous or even synchronous manner yet. But once we start preparing for our performance, we're going to meet after school on Thursdays. And then we have our dance magnet, which is a 6-year magnet program beginning in the 7th grade. If you join in the high school, it's 4 years. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, going through dance 1, 2, 3, and 4. For our remote learning classes, this is a little bit about the day in the life. So for your typical supply list, your student would need their Chromebook and or their iPad. Some come on their phones or even a MacBook. They would need pens or pencils, a regular notebook when needed if they choose to like to write notes down in class. And then we work on a virtual notebook. And of course, a must is their dance attire. Even though we're in a remote setting, attire for them puts them in that mindset that they're ready to work and they're here to be a dancer and to learn. Dancing in jeans or in your sweatpants is just not the same. Plus, we can't see them in that remote environment. It makes it really difficult to make corrections, especially when it's through the screen. So usually in the day, we log in for all of our classes except for integrated dance. We meet on Zoom so we can see a larger group of people in there. Once we get in, we let everybody in the class. We do check-ins and attendance. I usually ask how their day's going. Sometimes we play songs and I turn it into a webcast or a YouTube channel, just anything to get them engaged and just laughing in this kind of environment. Then we send them off to their Google Classroom, where there's usually a growth mindset video that's posted in their classroom through Edpuzzle that they take. And then they'll come back to me, they'll turn their screens back on, and then we'll begin our class, which consists of a do now, their daily warm-up, drills and skills. Drills and skills are in a normal class environment. We would do a pre-warm-up, a warm-up. So the pre-warm-up is do now. The warm-up is our regular warm-up. And then we would do progressions, short combination, and long combination. Because we scaled the curriculum down to fit into a 3x3 box, pretty much anybody's kitchen, living room, their bedroom, a hallway, any space that they have, we scaled it down. So we do drills and skills. So drills and skills are skills that we work on to develop. So when we come back into the regular classroom, we can put them into progressions. So it's all stuff that's improving their technique. And if they do these daily, they will see massive improvements as a dancer, even if it's in a small space. Then we come back to the class after the drills and skills. We talk about the day. We talk about wrap up, how they're feeling, next questions they might have, what the rest of the week looks like. And then they complete an exit slip. Attendance is very important in dance, clearly, because you miss one day, you miss a lot of in-person work. We get 2 days for 2 days, 2 periods almost in a row for period 2, 3, twice a week for integrated dance, twice a week for musical theater, and then 4 times a week for period 6 and 7 to have dance class. So every day we're moving, and it's important to move because you're in front of that camera all day long. It's hard to just sit there. So when we have the chance to get up and move, it just makes everybody feel better. And then I can get our magnet class schedule done. Because normally we would meet 2 periods in a row, 5 days a week. So we're losing a lot of in-person time. Please make sure that you've read over the rules and regulations that are posted in your student's classroom and that you understand and you know what the magnet program is all about. How the magnet grading works is our tests and projects are 30%. So that would be anything from that I'm gonna give them as we go along. If they have a slide presentation to create, that's gonna be a test/project. If they have an eval or an evaluation rubric, I'll talk about that in a little bit. That's a test grade. That's 30% of their class. Then their homework and their ed puzzles. Those are those videos they watch throughout the class and anything, whether I give them, we'd use dance vocabulary for our dance history courses like they've been doing, their terminology, we study ballet and jazz. We will do in dance 1 and 2 this year. And then in dance 3 and 4, we'll do the modern choreographers. That will start up in about quarter 2. That's 20% of your grade. Their daily class average. This is obviously one of the most important things, along with their CLI, which is their asynchronous lesson. So they only meet twice a week in person. Their daily class average, one of 2 ways for us to know, A, that they're doing the things we need to do safely, is to have their cameras on, because we don't know what's going on the other side and we can't assess them and prevent injury. And if they cannot turn their cameras on for whatever reason, they have to be recording themselves to send it in. So again, we can give them live feedback on their video to tell them how to improve and to not injure themselves. Injury is the number one things we're really concerned about in a virtual setting. So that is why cameras on and or a video, not and or a video. So if your camera's on during the class, we can see you, we can give live feedback. If they send a video in, then we give feedback that way. Our asynchronous lessons are our CLI, and I'll show you that in 1 minute, what the CLI class is and what it looks like. And it also can be ed puzzles that we use on Fridays, and it also might be reviewing those drills and skills and recording yourselves so that we can give feedback individually, one-on-one. And then our daily exit slip, whether I have them respond to a quote or I have them watch a short video or I have them fill out an exit slip, just checking in with me. They might have questions, or the other teachers letting us know if they need something, just checking in on their well-being. Fridays, so asynchronous Fridays, it's a review of what we look at. So right now I'm gonna bring you into our Google Classroom, which is one of our tools that we use. And our Google Classroom has everything in it. It has our ed puzzles are posted in our Google Classroom, our drills and skill videos so they can practice. I thought this was already loaded. I apologize. So we're gonna go to dance 3 and 4. They're all pretty much loaded the same way. They have the same. As you can see today, there is an ed puzzle that we did for class, and that's due by tonight. So if they can't get it done before the end of the class period, they'll get it done that day. Here we go. As you can see here, here's our Google Classroom, our classwork section. Anything that's posted in the classroom that day gets put to the top of the classwork stream so they can see where they need to go to immediately when they go to watch a video for the day. After the class, I'll then move it down to the videos to watch section. So if they were absent or if they need to make it up, they can know exactly where they need to find it. And it'll always be the top video of the week. It'll be the top video no matter what, the most recent. There's a daily agenda that's posted here every class day that we meet live. And then here's their asynchronous Friday work, which is usually a screencastify doing a combination from a CLI class. And here's where their daily class average rubric, which is the in-class session or the video they send me. And like I said before, here's the videos to watch of all of our growth mindset videos that we use. We do growth mindset journaling. It's a self-assessment. So it's a flipped classroom we use where the kids are responsible for their own learning as well. And they have to give me and their teachers an assessment as to how they think they're doing in the classroom. So it is not just us assessing themselves, us assessing them, they are also assessing themselves. So it really keeps them honest. And then, as I said, we work on drills and skills. And here's the drills and skills practice videos. We're currently up to 19 drills and skills in addition to their do now and their daily warm up. And then here are their daily exit slips posted in there. And then you can find the weekly class schedule and other things. So I talked about on Fridays that we do asynchronous lessons given through Google Classroom that will then bring them, each and every one of them have a free CLI Studios account. And this is where we can give them masterclass teachers for teachers all over the world, world-renowned choreographers that would cost the dance department thousands of dollars to bring in. We have, because of a generous grant from CLI Studios. So we do these classes to challenge the students and give them other genres that we might not be able to work on in the class setting. So they'll have in their Google Classroom, they will navigate over to right here where it will tell them their classes that they need to take. So on Fridays, they will take the class and I will tell them if I want them to record a section or a whole combination. This is for all the magnet classes. In integrated dance, we use the Ed Puzzle and we're able to, here's a section of my Ed Puzzle side, but this, if we post a workout or something we want them to watch and or do through Ed Puzzle, we can watch and see how much of that video they've watched and done. So that's also a nice way to know. So then again, that's just another way where they have to take ownership of their work. Here are currently right now the drills and skills that we have been working on since the beginning of school. Anything in a checkbox has been gone over multiple times in the class periods. As you can see here, this is for the magnet. So if they are in musical theater for the performance major or dance 1, 2, 3, or 4. Dance 1 and 2 is period 2 and 3. Dance 3 and 4 is period 6 and 7. The 8th grade is the middle school. But the 8th grade is where the musical theater for the performance major currently takes class. We are working on these current skills, which then in 2 weeks, they will be evaluated on their memory of them, if they've been practicing them, whether they're making improvements in them, and if they're doing this daily in class and outside of class as their homework, they should be showing vast improvement. And then here's their dance and drill skills and drills evaluation. This counts as a test grade when we do this. This will be about every 2 weeks as we add on to the 19 skills we have now and the drills that we do. And then we'll continually add more drills and skills on as the year goes on. So as you can see, this is our attendance, engagement in class. They follow dress code. Again, dancers have to be in proper dress code so we can see their alignment to make sure that now more than ever, they're not going to injure themselves. Applies and retains corrections, stays focused the entire time in class, is respectful to the instructor, picks up the choreography. And then here's where we do their drills and skills. Currently, when we begin, they're about a 1 and a 2 on the scale where everybody starts. Within 2 weeks, I would expect that at the minimum, they should have moved up to 4 if they're practicing and doing them more than just in the classroom environment. So they will be evaluated on all 19 of these skills on a 1 to 10 ratio. We've decided that we're going to use those for a Friday asynchronous lesson where they will record themselves and then send it to us and we can give them live feedback. Each teacher can tell them what they need to work on and then we can return this form and let them really know where they stand. And then they can use that for their Mind of a Champion journaling to assess themselves and then they can make new goals for the month and the week to see what they think that they need to work. So that's how a day in the life of the magnet program. So it's a lot in the regular world and it's a lot in our remote environment. And the students are doing a great job, I feel like, and the rest of the faculty does on both sides. Continuing on. Like I said before, practice should be occurring every day, even if there is not a scheduled class. So if you can encourage your dancers at home to practice, that would really help us out in the long run. Here's just a look at the schedule for the Burncoat High School, so you know when they have independent classwork. And if they're period 2 and 3, dance 1 and 2, we meet Mondays and Wednesdays consecutively with a little independent work and a lunch break in between. Sometimes if we're going to work on choreography for virtual performances, we're going to work straight through the lunch, and they'll get their independent and lunchtime after. So they're not going to lose that time. We're just going to do it in a straight through block. And then 6 and 7 have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. When can you or your child, or when can you tell your child to come see us for extra help? Any Wednesday after school from 1:57 to 2:30, myself, Mrs. Keene, or Mrs. H are available in our online extra help sessions. We can send you the Meet link, which is going to be posted in our classroom, which will say extra help sessions, and it's every Wednesday from 1:57 to 2:30. Finally, Support Our Fine Arts is our registered 501c3 organization that consists of Burncoat Quadrant faculty and community members like yourself. It is SOFA's mission to support and enhance enrichment opportunities for Burncoat at the Quadrant and for Worcester Arts Magnet for Burncoat Middle and Burncoat High School. Ourselves at the dance magnet level have received a grant from them each year to bring in master choreographers or to support our New York City trip. So it's really important to have volunteers and to help out. And so how can you help? You can volunteer to help make FAME successful. We are planning to do a virtual FAME performance this year. It's usually our show in January, and we're not going to have obviously enough time to do an in-person performance, nor do we know what the future holds. So we do want to go forward with a virtual performance in the spring. So we're going to start to prepare for that. So any way you think that you could help us would be greatly appreciated. You can apply for grants offered, which we do each and every year. You can organize and participate fundraising activities. We just had a Wicked Wings night, which was greatly successful. If anybody has graphic skills designs, help, we would love that. If you're a social media expert and you would like to help us reach more customers, more support, I should say. And if you want to donate money to us, obviously, we're a 501c3, and SOFA goes right back to your children. And then if you want to be a part of SOFA, we would love to have more parents involved in a part of our SOFA community. And as you can see, for more information, you can contact SOFA below. Finally, if you need to get in touch with any of us, I know text messaging is probably the easiest way these days. So there's my Google Voice phone number, Mrs. Keene's and Mrs. Head's. So at any point in time you would like to get in touch with us, you can shoot us a text message. If you have a question, a lot of times the students will shoot text messages to myself or one of the other faculty members to let us know, like, if they're not in class, why they're not in class. And the Google Voice has been a great feature. Thank you for coming to our virtual Know Your School night. Again, I'm Miss Shea, and for everybody in the dance department, it's been a pleasure. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us, and you can also email us. My email is Shea, KM, at worcesterschools.net. Mrs. Keene's is Keene A at worcesterschools.net. Mrs. H's is Head J at worcesterschools.net. And for your integrated dance families, or it's Miss Panucci. She also is on the Worcester Public Schools email. She's Panucci, Pennuccij at worcesterschools.net. Thank you very much. Have a great day.